Hey y'all, I'm back. So, I was on earlier and I was just talking about how God answers our prayers or whatever. You can check that one out if you want to. This one has nothing to do with that. Well, actually no. Actually no, it does. It does. It all kind of flows together. But yeah, I'm still at work. I'm just in another part of the office or whatever. So, I just got an email. So, at first, I wasn't gonna tell you guys this one. I was just gonna let this like ride out in my personal life or whatever. But I was like, hey, why not? I'm gonna tell y'all, right? So this is what happened. So y'all remember, right? I was really focusing on like identity for a while. This is like maybe last week's videos. I guess I did a couple more videos talking about identity. Well, you guys don't know all of it, so I've been like God kind of had me in the area of looking at identity for a while, all through December, maybe even going back to November, honestly. But I did a couple of videos like last week or so on it and how I really got that the main message of it was me focusing on like God's love and like God loving me, and that's why He created me. And so that kind of being like the foundation of like my identity is like literally you were created because God loved you. So to get that full thought process or whatever, you can check those videos out. But then so after that, and I felt like I'm in a pretty good place with that. So like I even showed you guys the book I was reading at the time, which was Marked by Dr. Faith. I haven't actually finished that book, but I felt like I got what I needed from it. So I was pretty much at a really good stopping point. And I only had one chapter left anyway, so it didn't really it wasn't like I just skipped a lot of stuff. But I felt like I got everything I needed from that one, right? And so now, so maybe about a week or so ago, I was asking God, okay, I feel like we can just, put a check mark on that one. So what should I be looking at next? Like what should I be focusing on? And really it's just so because like I want to be in the habit of studying like regularly. And like it's hard for me to study. Like so if you're studying like the Bible, you should be studying it to then apply it to your life. And so like for me, if I'm like teaching a course or I don't really teach courses, but I've done Bible studies before. Like it's easy for me to study and I can get really deep into it because like, okay, I want to learn everything so that I can teach someone else about it or, share what my revelations or my thoughts on that particular subject. If I am going through something. So like if I'm really worried or anxious or stressed or whatever, I can then pull those, verses out and really get stuff from that as well. But when things are like pretty chill and I'm not teaching Bible study or anything like that, study time be a little dry for me. Like I literally just like I don't know where to start or whatever. And so then I kind of got the revelation of well actually Tiffany Montgomery brought this up and I was like I get it. She was basically talking about how like the reason you study is so you can then apply it to your life. So then I was like, all right, cool. Like that makes a lot more sense. Like, and the thing is like you really can't teach someone something else unless you experience it as well. So this is why you're studying things as you live life. So then you can apply those things to your life, and then once you have that experience and like you've gone through it, you can then teach someone else. Cool story. Super cool. Super good. So, anyways. And so I was like, okay, God, what should I look into next? And like I just wasn't really hearing anything like God was still talking to me about like other stuff, but as far as that specific thing, it wasn't like one area that He was just like, yep, that's it, this is it. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I'll just wait, And so then I have a friend, she wanted to give me a Christmas gift, right? And so she was like, okay, Lonnie, what do you want? And I was like, I don't know, like I didn't necessarily want anything. It's not that I love gifts. So I could have figured something else I wanted, but I was like, I don't really know. But then I thought about it. Like I had this whole list of books that I was looking into, like from Tiffany Montgomery. She has a book club. And she so there's a lot of books just on different subjects of what she had been reading at the time. And so I just put those in like an Amazon cart, right? And so what then happened was I just sent her that whole list basically. And so, and I was like, you could just pick something from off this list or whatever. And she's like, okay, cool. And so I was out of town for Christmas and I think the book got in a little late or whatever. Either way, Sunday she told me that she had it or whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. Like I was really looking forward to it because I was like, I need something else to read. And so we were leaving church service. He was walking to the parking lot to her car, and well, no, what happened was she was walking in front of me, and I was walking to her car. I was walking behind her, and I heard God say that, okay, this book that she's going to give you, that's what I want you to focus on next. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, all right, I'm excited. And so for some reason, I had this one particular book in my mind. It's called Elijah's Task, and it's basically on prophecy. So like learning more about prophecy and prophetic and all that kind of stuff. So like literally, that's what I was expecting to see, or like literally like two of the books on prophecy. So if it wasn't that book, I thought it was going to at least be something related to prophecy or something like that. And so I get to a car, open up the bag, and it's this book called Craig to Be His Help. I'll show you guys a picture of it. This is what it looks like, right? And so basically it's literally a book on like preparing for marriage. And I'm just like, wow. And so she's cracking up, right? Because she's like, yep. Like she was like, yeah, you should have known that would have been the book I would have picked. I'm like, one, I low-key forgot that book was on the list, but just the fact that literally God told me that's where I want you to focus on next, just like, wow, that's crazy, like crazy, right? That's still crazy. So anyways, and so I later told her that whole part of it. She was like, wow, that is something. But then so last night I started reading the book. And literally it was talking about how, the role of the wife is, to support the husband. Like literally when you start breaking down help is, like the support, and meat is she breaks it down into it's like you're made for that person and you're the perfect fit, basically. It's kind of where she's going with that. And then God, and I was starting to get kind of I low-key had like an attitude about it, because I was just like, but I'm more than that. I'm more than just someone's help. Like I'm more than just someone's assistance. Like I was like, I have stuff going on too. And then that's when God was like, yeah, and this is why I had to get you firm in your identity first. Because the thing is, it's like, yeah, you can do the same things. Like I can literally do the same thing as like whoever my husband is, like the stuff he can do. But the thing is, I don't have to. And that's like the main point. Like when you really get really into like feminism and really get into like, the views of like, what I really would say today, where like people don't want like the gender roles and all that kind of stuff. But it's like, yes, no one's saying you can't do those things. It's just the thing is though, you don't have to. And like I was showing me like, if you weren't firm in your identity, you'll literally spend your whole entire time trying to prove that you can do the same things that he can do, as opposed to helping him do whatever he needs to do, and then you doing whatever else God has for me to do. And I was just like, wow, that's really like insightful. Because like if you really start getting into these conversations about, gender roles and like what you should be like, what the quote unquote, what the woman should be doing in the marriage and all this kind of stuff, it kind of gets like, ooh, I don't know. Because like I had this one mindset of like, look, it's 2019, women can do anything, there's nothing that I don't need a guy to do these things. Like I have a job, I work, I have a house, like I don't rent, I have a mortgage. I am self-sufficient, like I'm good. I don't need a guy to do these things. But the thing is that it's not that you need the person, it's just that when you work within these particular roles, it's like you don't have to do everything now, which is really cool. Like, because like lucky it does get overwhelming at times, or it can get overwhelming. And just to think that, oh, you know what, you're here for this person. And then in the same way, it's just like, it's not like, oh, he's like a higher up than you or anything like that. It's more so breaking it down as, he needs you to help him do whatever it is God has called him to do. And it doesn't mean that limits you. It doesn't mean that you can't, do amazing things as well. It's just like, those are just the positions that we kind of have. I haven't gotten that far into the book, so I'm not going to just be like, oh, I know exactly where she's going with this whole thing. But basically what God basically showed me was just that a lot of times when people have a big objection to these particularly like gender roles, it's because they're insecure about themselves. They feel like they have to prove themselves. They feel like they have to prove that, oh, they're just as good as like any guy or whatever, that they can do anything that. And even it goes the same way with guys when they might really be like, want to really show that, oh, they can like keep a house or like raise children. It's like, no one said you couldn't do those things, So it's just like, and if you're secure in who you are, it doesn't really matter like if someone else can do it better than you. In the case of, and it was interesting though, one of the points she made was she has all these people like under her who help her do whatever it is like her job is. I think she's an author, but she might have like other businesses or whatever. And she was like, there are people who, do better graphics than she does, who have better meetings than she does. But at the end of the day, they still answer to her because their whole purpose is to help her create whatever it is she's doing and let it be the best that it can be. So yeah, I think this is gonna be really interesting. Usually I'll read a book super fast, right? But like I feel like I'm really gonna take my time on this one because it's just crazy. Just leaving in that first chapter, just God showing me like, yeah, I needed you to be secure in who you were, so then that way you wouldn't be fighting this the entire way. Because I was literally ready to like be like, wait, no, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that. But the thing is not that I can't do it, it's just I don't have to, which is super cool. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I guess if anything else in that book stands out to me as I go through it, I'll let y'all know wherever and just wherever this whole thing comes to like. So yeah, I'm excited. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.